Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for conducting this hearing. But it's a shame that we're conducting this hearing because you're not chair of the Foreign Affairs Committee. Mast is. Would be nice if he had a hearing, bipartisan hearing, so that people on both sides of the aisle could explore how we're destroying not only lives abroad, but lives in the United States. And I'll get to that in a minute, by these policies. Foreign aid's a good thing. Americans think we spend 25% of the foreign aid budget, of the U.S. national budget on foreign aid. They think we should cut it to 10%. I think our witnesses would agree. It's actually less than 1%. It helps us challenge China. It reduces hunger. It diminishes the number of desperate people coming to our borders. And I think most focused on, from even a selfish perspective, it suppresses diseases worldwide. Every time someone gets tuberculosis or HIV/AIDS, it's a chance for that disease in that body to mutate and then come here. Now, there are some woke expenditures over at the State Department. For example, they're spending $400 million on zero greenhouse gas emitting armored cars. And you ask, well, why are they doing that? That sounds even woker than Sherman. It's because those are Tesla Cybertruck armored cars. And Dodge didn't take a single dollar away from that $400 million. We're told that there were $50 million for Gaza condoms. Musk said, oops, I lied. Oops, made a mistake. But in doing so, he made it more difficult for the United States to deal with these problems worldwide. Turns out it was $50 million to fight AIDS in Africa, Southern Africa in particular. The Republicans at the hearing we did have thought it was wrong for USAID to spend $6 million to help the tourism industry in Egypt, because they thought US aid was just to provide aid to hungry people. What does the D in USAID stand for?
Development.
Development. So the idea isn't that we just give people a fish, we actually teach them how to fish, then we don't have to give them. Can you think of a better way for a country with pyramids to bring in foreign exchange and develop their economy than to get more tourists to go there? I'll ask any of our witnesses. If you were running a country with pyramids, what would you do? Then the Republicans tried to make a big laughable deal about circumcision. This is a cheap and voluntary operation. Obviously, it's the parents making the decision. It's been done in Democratic and Republican administrations. So why are we doing it? Because we have a 60% reduction in the risk of female to male transmission of HIV/AIDS. Probably the least expensive thing you can do to prevent the spread of AIDS. Then the Republicans start saying that USAID is spending $80 million on subscriptions to Politico. Oh, that was false. But you know what's true? Republican members of Congress spend $800,000 of their office budgets on subscriptions to Politico. If you buy a subscription, you get information. If you hire a staffer, they only work for you 50 weeks a year, and they cost more than Politico. Unless you hire somebody actually excellent like myself. Okay. Let's see. But the biggest problem here is there are so many big problems. But according to the Center for Global Development, an estimated 1.6 million people are going to die without American aid. 500,000 people will die because of lack of vaccines. And again, that's more chance for those diseases to mutate and come here. And an estimated 550,000 people will die without food aid, particularly in southern Sudan, or in all of Sudan, both southern and Sudan, and the country known as Sudan. An estimated 290 people will die without malaria prevention, and 310,000 people will die without U.S. funding for tuberculosis prevention. But those are big numbers. I want to mention, and if I have the time, Peter Donde, a 10-year-old, he was infected by HIV through his mother at childbirth. He's an orphan. His parents both died. He's receiving antivirals from PEPFAR. After the Musk USAID stop order, he was cut off from his medicines. So he became sick and he died last month. Now, when Musk just makes a mistake and says it's what?
Stop wrapping up.
Okay. When Musk makes a mistake, he just says, whoops. Tell that to Tackle who died. Tell that to several others who I will put in the record who died. And let us end with a quick moment of silence for the individuals who are already dead and that Musk cannot bring. Thank you.
Thank you.